Good evening. Welcome to the April 8th Commission on Disabilities monthly meeting. If we could please salute the flag. I have the trusty flag here. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. If you can have a roll call of the members, Vice Chair Perno.
Certainly. So with us tonight, Ralph DeChico is
Present.
Jason Barone,
Present.
Manis.
Present.
Okay, Ellie Vargas.
Present.
Anne Marie Fiore is absent, and Pauline Perno, Vice Chair. I am here.
Okay, perfect. With that done, we'll move on to item number one, is a motion to approve the meeting minutes from the March 11th, 2025 meeting. I had sent those out to all of the commission members last week to take a look at. If everyone that was here at the last meeting, if you were able to take a look at it, if there was any problems or any questions, please let me know. If not, any members that were here, if I could have a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
And second for any members that were here.
Second.
All those in favor, aye. Those no.
Aye.
Approved. Okay. Item number two is updates and next steps from the March 11th meeting. First is the norm one that we normally have on here is updates from Pauline and Marie regarding the calendar for future monthly guest speakers. Anne Marie is away, so she won't be here at this meeting. She did not have anything to report to me before she had gone away, so just a follow-up with Pauline.
So I had reached out to a couple of different organizations. One did get back to me, and they felt because we were out of their catchment area that they would not be an appropriate guest speaker at one of our meetings, which was fine. I've also reached out to Waypoint Adventures, who they do collaborate also with DCR, but they are on the property of the Cotting School in Lexington, and I actually watched a clip of them on Chronicle a couple weeks ago. So I've reached out to them, and I'm waiting to hear back because we are in their catchment zone, and I think that that would be a really good guest speaking opportunity, but I think it would also be a great collaboration. They're the ones that have adaptive equipment. The clip that they showed was adaptive skiing, which was quite interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen it done. I've never skied either. I've cross-countryed, and that was about as adventurous as I've gotten. But this was really quite interesting, and I was quite impressed with what they do. They've got the Waypoint has locations here and down south, and I believe it's North Carolina. So there's a couple of different places, but we are in their catchment zone. So I'm hoping to hear back from them. And if all goes well, we can invite them to our May meeting and maybe come up and do a little live from Revere Beach, adaptive sports. So
yeah, or we could possibly see if they want to be included. We could talk to them about our Olive Beach Day.
Well, that's
day out at Revere Beach too. Yeah, we could bring them in, see what they offer, and we could talk to them about that too.
I'll keep you updated as I hear. I'm hoping to hear back this week so that we can finalize them to at least speak at a May meeting and at least get.
Perfect.
So
exactly. Well, that sounds very promising. Thank you, Pauline.
You're welcome.
Okay. Next is an update to the music therapy program collaboration with Revere Parks and Recreation Department. I am going to we did receive an email last week from Rachel Chow, who is affiliated with the community engagement, who's a community engagement clinical manager for the Community Music Center of Boston. She had been talking with us along with the Revere Parks and Recreation Department because they're trying to solidify bringing them on as a vendor for the city. So she has sent the information over to them to set them up as a vendor. And she had sent some information along. She wanted to follow up regarding staffing, and unfortunately, they had some unexpected changes in our end, which has significantly impacted their capacity for April. And she's looking to possibly delay and have the first workshops in May, and look for programming for June to August. So once we can get it, excuse me, solidified with them being a vendor, then we can move to the next steps. But I just wanted to update everyone and not let everyone think that this was falling by the wayside and we were not still moving forward with it. There's just been some unexpected delays on their part and to get them set up as a preferred vendor within the city of Revere. So just wanted to let you know that. On a second note for programming, and I have posted it on the Disabilities Facebook page, that the Revere Parks and Recs has an art program that they have. So I'm not sure if anyone has seen that. And if you can bear with me for 1 second, I can try and pull that up, and I can share that on the screen. I just needed 1 second to get that. Get my share screen. And please let me know if you can see the art program for adults with disabilities, if that's sharing on your screen. Pauline, are you able to
I've
see
got
that?
it. Yes, I've got it.
Okay. And if this is being promoted through the Revere Parks and Recreation. If anyone wants for more information on that, please reach out to the Revere Parks and Recreation. And you can find out about that. It's on Tuesdays. That started on March 18th. And I believe that, as you can see, it's happening at 150 Beach Street. There's a $6 fee per class when you show up on site. So it's from 5:30 to 6:30 on Tuesday evenings. But for more information, please reach out to the Revere Parks and Recreation Center.
Do you have an update on how they're doing with that?
I haven't spoken to them in a couple of weeks. I talked to them after the first week. I think it was in the paper too. They had about 3 or 4 people for the first week. Like everything new, it's going to take some time to build up.
Yep.
But it's a start. And I
Hey,
told them to let us know.
Little bit of something, because if they end up having word of mouth, oh, this was a real great experience. Oh my God, my 16-year-old really enjoyed it. Hopefully one person can invite one. Maybe it will grow that way as well. So
Yeah.
that's
And I know they're promoting it through the life skills at the high school.
great.
So they reached out to the life skills. So they are promoting it there too. I'll stop sharing my screen and I'll come back to you. The last thing that we had on the agenda was update regarding the letter that we had sent as a commission to Representative Turco regarding the Revere Beach crossing. But I haven't received any response back. And Ellie, if you wouldn't mind, do you have that copy of that email that we sent out the letter? If not, I can send you a copy. Would you want to follow up with
Yeah.
Representative Turco's office on that?
Yep, I could do that. If you could send me it, I'll go to his office.
Yeah, I'll send you a copy of the letter. If you
Okay.
could just follow up on behalf of the Revere Commission on Disabilities, to see if anything can be done or any response, I'd appreciate it.
No problem. Will do.
Okay. And as you can see on item number 3, I just had it penciled in here just in case, because I had to get this posted, but it was just open as if any guest speaker, so we do not have any. So we can skip over item number 3 and go to item number 4, which was the CODA Commission on Disability Alliance, which was scheduled for last Wednesday, April 2nd, but it was postponed until tomorrow, Wednesday, April 9th, due to an event that they were attending at the State House last week. So that's the reason why the DPC was attending an event there. So that's why the CODA meeting was postponed till then. So there's no update on that. And what I will do is next month I will update you for both the April and the May meeting. Next, item number 5 is just some information regarding the remote public meetings. It was extended through June of 2027. And I'll just read the information here that is in the agenda. The pandemic era legislation that allows public bodies to hold meetings remotely has been extended through June 30th, 2027. The extended temporary amendment to the open meeting law signed by Governor last week, which was House Bill number 62, authorizes a quorum of a board or a committee to meet remotely and to require remote public access. The prior authorization for remote public meetings was set to expire on March 31st, 2025. Public bodies may use a variety of platforms for remote meetings so long as the public has adequate alternative means of public access. Meetings may be purely remote or hybrid. Individuals required to appear and present before a public body remotely must be given the same level of remote access of members of the public body. This statute contains an emergency preamble and therefore it takes effect immediately. So I am so glad for this, and I actually helped fight for this. I'm happy that it was done. I just wish that it didn't have to be done as 2-year extensions all the time, and wish that it was permanent. But you know the saying, beggars can't be choosers. So at least this is a good step forward. And I'm glad for everyone for this. Not only people in the disability community that can attend public meetings, but families of young children, young adults, and that care for older family members in the house that can attend public meetings, such as our Commission on Disabilities. Now it'd be nice that a lot more public meetings will go to this platform. As we can see, and we've been doing it now since the pandemic. It's not that hard to do. It just takes a little bit of time and effort, but it is great to do it. And not only do we have it on Zoom, but we have thanks to Revere TV, it's live streamed on their YouTube channel, along with being on Revere TV at the same time. So we try and make this as accessible as possible without anyone needing to leave their home. And of course, it's recorded, so anyone can always go back and watch it at a later time at that convenience as well. Open it up to any members if they want any comments on this or their feelings on it. The floor is all yours.
I don't see why they couldn't make a law permanently though to fix that at some point, just so that they don't have to keep going through or at least make it longer year wise, just because it's a lot of work for the legislature. And I'm just thinking, why?
Yeah, and it was done at the last minute again.
Yeah, exactly. And it just becomes more
a lot of
a
work for them.
Well, yeah, and for you're always going to have people that can't attend. I mean, then they're being denied access. I mean, it costs more money to do things a different way. Why not just leave it in place? It's not hurting anybody,
Right.
I'm
Right.
wondering if anybody looking at statistics as far as I don't even know if they can do that. Like how many people go on to view? I mean, is anyone looking at that so that when the 2-year period comes up, someone can go forth and say, well, we did this continually for the last 2 years, and our statistics show that we had X amount of viewers, X amount of participation. Is anyone looking at any of that? Or is
that's a good question.
could that be somebody to look at that? I mean, I
Yeah.
don't go about doing it, what kind of access to programming you'd have to have, but there has to be someone who has some insight into that, because usually if they're looking at extending programs, you're going according to what kind of statistics do we have to support what we're doing and to
Right.
support it this way.
Right.
I mean, I'll be happy to look into it to see, if that's something that a body is looking at.
Yeah, if you can, that'd be great. But that's a great suggestion. I just know from different committees that I belong to, there is a great need and want for this across the board. And the more that it's available, the more people that you'll get involved in taking part in remote participation for meetings, and it has to really be publicized. Right now, it's not well known in who has it and who doesn't have it. But if all meetings had some type of a remote hybrid component to it, I think you'd see a lot more participation from people, constituents, residents all over. I just think it's a plus. The more accessibility you have, the more people that you'll be able to bring in
Well, I
to
think that's
local government.
well, I think the that's proof of what you said, but I also think to show just how it affected you, Pauline, last week. You were stuck in traffic, but also those with disabilities, how they would be disenfranchised. I mean, you were stuck in simple as traffic. That already would have put you at a disadvantage because if we had to show up physically, and
Right.
maybe somebody isn't able to do that, and when you're, say the meeting was yesterday and I had my eye doctor, now I would have been wiped out, whereas I could at least still participate.
Right.
That's
And participation virtually is a whole lot better than not participating at all.
Oh, exactly.
Proven. So,
people.
Absolutely.
so
Yeah.
let me take a look and to see if I can I'll call a couple of surrounding communities and see what they're doing. See if anyone in their community is looking at that, or see if they have any insight as to who
Oh.
I can contact. I'm more than happy to help.
I wonder if
I
there are
know,
more than
I believe PBS was trying to do a survey on it. I know they were trying to do a survey with one of the independent living centers. I think it was like Metro West Independent Living Center was trying to work with PBS on a survey that they were trying to do on that.
Hmm.
So
Interesting.
just wanted to let you know that.
I wonder if more of the state agencies would also get on board with that
A lot
because
of
they
the
want that.
a lot of the state agencies are doing remote
Yeah.
meetings.
No, I mean to support it. I'm saying to push more because of their clients may not be able to attend otherwise. I'm just saying in that I don't mean I know they're doing it and that's true.
Yeah, they don't have to. And the thing is, too, is they don't have to do fully remote. They can do a
Mhm.
hybrid component.
Right, exactly. But if they're in
Like
support
this
of it,
legislation says, this what I like is that is this legislation says right in it. It says meetings may be purely remote or hybrid, which is great. So you can decide if you want to be purely remote, which we are. As a Commission on Disabilities here in Revere, we're purely remote, but we would have the option if you're hybrid, you just have to have the chair or president um, or the governing body of that commission or committee or council to be in person, and then the rest of your committee, commission, or council would be remote. Is what that means on a hybrid component to have the meeting, which is I think is I don't see a downfall to it. I only see benefits to having hybrid or remote,
right.
you know. But I've always been a proponent since day one. I've always had um, I've always had online meetings way back when, Pauline, you can remember even before the pandemic in
Yeah.
school. I was one of the first ones that had online PTO meetings.
And it worked because
it
we
worked.
got more
And we didn't even have
participation.
the great technology that we have now,
I know.
So, but I've been doing it for years and just a great proponent for it. Okay, with that being said, I'm going to move on to item number 6, which is commission members. And if you notice, we changed this to light informational items. So it's like if anybody has any informational because of open meeting laws, anything that would have to be discussed or voted on has to be posted ahead of time. But informational items can be discussed. So if any commission members have anything of point of information that they wanted to state that would be useful for anyone, please speak now. I know Jason, you had something that you would like to share that you thought was kind of interesting that you found out about.
Yeah, definitely. As I said before, my mother was, following this person that's in a wheelchair, and he happened to go on a Disney cruise, talking about accessible, and I think cruises and stuff, and different accessibility things. And he had like things about curb-free access for cruises and other different things. And he's planning a cruise next year for only wheelchairs and their families to be able to go, so that they can enjoy it, because it's hard to get. And you may not always have options like that. And sometimes the people feel like they can't enjoy these things because they have to look into everything all the time, because it does get exhausting. You go to the doctor and the basic thing, you never know what you're going to get. So it's kind of nice to see that. So she brought that up, and it seems like he was planning a lot of fun for next year. So I'm going to look into it further and see, if it's possible. If I can join something like that or be able to afford it, then I'll do it. It's just a little bit more challenging now these days. So, got to plan your care and everything else with it. So, but it sounded like a lot of fun.
Well, thank you for sharing that. Any other members have anything else they would like to mention?
Oh.
I have one thing that I just received an email. I believe it was late yesterday, that I'm going to share my screen and I will read it out loud what it is. So let me get to my screen share and find it. And let me make sure it is viewable. Okay. Okay. So what I have, so what we have is the DCI's Universal Access group. Of course, my screen is not moving on me. Let me try and move it over here so we can get it better. So DCI's Universal Access Program came out with their spring 2025 program schedule. And what I will do is scroll down. And so they have their Adaptive Recreation Fund. And for general information, you can go to DCI's Universal Access Program, which is dedicated to providing outdoor recreation opportunities in Massachusetts state parks for visitors of all abilities. Accessibility is achieved through site improvements, specialized adaptive recreation equipment, and accessible recreation programs. Of course, my screen wants to break out on me. Okay. The Universal Access Program offers adaptive, accessible programming seasonally at state parks, pools, and rinks. We partner throughout the year with All Out Adventures, Easter Seals, Massachusetts, Holyoke Rose, and Waypoint Adventures. Is that
Yeah.
one of the groups? Yep.
That is it.
Yep. To provide programs statewide. And wait for the next page to come before I read it for you. Fine. Our structured programs feature adaptive equipment, professional staff, and instruction and support. Friends, family members, and companions are encouraged to take part in our programs alongside participants with disabilities. UAP, which is Universal Access Programs seasons. Our spring program season runs from April through May. Our summer program season runs from June through August. And our fall program season runs from September through October. And our winter program season runs from November through March. Their website where you can check out information is mass.gov/DCR/access to keep up to date with our activities. They have a contact list. If you would like to get added to their contact list or be notified of upcoming events and activities, you can email them. and you can access that from the mass.gov/DCR/access. And they have release forms and pre-registration. A current release form is required for all of their programs, and you must pre-register with the organization running the program. To pre-register, cancel, or check in about inclement weather, please contact the providing organization listed for each program. In essential eligibility criteria and program attendance guidelines. You must also meet the essential eligibility criteria and follow our program attendance guidelines for activity. The EEC helps you understand, which the EEC stands for as Essential Eligibility Criteria, the skills you need to participate in our programs. For risk management considerations, everyone who attends our programs must complete a release form and meet the EEC, including caregivers and group staff. You can meet the EEC independently or with the help of a caregiver, family member, friend, or PCA. You visit them at mass.gov/UAP/EEC to learn more. If you have concerns about your ability to meet the EEC or PAG, which is the Program Access Guidelines, please speak with the organization leading the activity. If you have general questions or concerns, please contact us by mail at dcr.universalaccess@mass.gov or phone them at 413-461-7126. Hope that information was helpful. And for anyone, just please feel to reach out to the Universal Access Group, which is part of DCR. They are the organization that helps us tremendously with our day out at Revere Beach, which we are planning for, again, for this August. And I should have updated everyone on that I'm still in the process of working on the next steps of permitting, and just waiting for some specifics to file the final permitting with DCR for a site. And it looks like that possibly we may be going down towards the Shirley Ave bathhouse this year. So I'm just waiting for confirmation that beach mats are down there. That will be down. There's a train station there, and I think it will be more convenient. So I'm just waiting, and I will update everybody on that as the process goes along. Let me stop sharing my screen. Any questions or concerns on any of that?
I did get that email yesterday as well.
Okay, perfect. Okay, yeah, so I couldn't remember if it came in late yesterday or first thing this morning, so it was late yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just wanted to make that be able, but everybody aware of it. They have some tremendous programming. Yeah, they do have tremendous programming. Also, the item number 7 was residents' concerns or issues. We have not received anything from any residents, so there's no concerns or issues. So I will move on from that to item number 8 is next steps. And next steps will be the continuation of, we will just carry over item number 2 again as next steps for next month, with the change that Ellie will be trying to get us an update on the letter that we sent to Representative Turco, and I will forward that letter to her. I will forward that letter that I sent to Representative Turco to Ellie after this meeting, first thing in the morning. As everyone notices, my emails come around 5:30 or 6 in the morning, because I try sending them before I go to my other job. So it's not that I don't sleep. I try and do it before my other job. So that's why I either send my email to you on a Saturday or Sunday or 5:30 in the morning. So not to conflict with anything. So hopefully that's okay. And hopefully nobody has their computers or their phones on that makes a ding when they get an email and say, uh-oh, it must be Ralph sending us an email at that time, waking us up.
I'm already awake.
All right. Item number 9 is our reminders. Pauline, would you be able to read it? And there's been a little bit of change once again to it. Not
Okay,
much.
great.
Yeah.
The Commission on Disabilities office number is 781-286-8267. Residents can also call Revere 311 directly and speak to their staff Monday through Friday. They will answer most questions, but if they are unable to assist you, or if you prefer to talk with the Commission directly, please ask to be transferred to the Disability office. Please leave a detailed message and we will respond to you shortly. As always, please don't hesitate to contact us if you would like something discussed or added to our monthly meeting agenda. You can also let us know if you want to discuss any concerns. The Commission is here to help and assist all disabled residents and their families in Revere.
One other thing that I just wanted to mention, what I'm going to start doing I'm not sure if I'm going to continue to get them. I haven't gotten any, but if we get any variance applications that are sent to the AAB for any buildings or anything like that monthly, I'm going to be adding that to the agenda and send them in an email to everybody to see so that we can discuss if we have any questions or concerns with any applications for like developers or whatnot, putting let's just say an apartment building with what's called unit 1 or unit 2A apartments in it, or if they're looking for variances not to have certain amounts in them, that we'll start discussing that at the monthly commission meetings if that's okay. But we haven't gotten any, but moving forward, if I get any, we'll start putting those on the agenda. But once I receive them, as soon as I do receive any by email, I'm going to be sending them out because I won't be able to wait to send them out when the agenda goes out, because
Right.
you're gonna have to look at it ahead of time so that if we have any questions, that you'd be ready to discuss it at the meeting. So I just
Okay.
wanted to let everybody know that.
Sounds good.
Okay. And our next meeting via Zoom will be on Tuesday, May 13th, 2025 at 6 p.m. Can I have a motion to adjourn
Motion to adjourn.
made by Jason,
I'll second.
second by Pauline? All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it.
Uh,
Okay, and before we finally adjourn, I just wanted to wish everyone out there a happy Easter and a happy Passover. And please be safe, and let's keep our fingers crossed that this weather is finally going to change for the better.
I hope.
Thank you.
I
Yeah,
hope as
hopefully.
well.
Yeah.
All right. Have a great night now.
You
Bye.
too.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
That was short.